All right, so we're just gonna continue reviewing on word problems today.
And maybe a quiz.
Abraham
Took Lot with him.
was given 2 pieces of land.
2 peaches of land.
After sharing, okay, wait, hold on. 56 square feet of land. After sharing,
Why 56?
wait, hold on.
Why 56? Half of it, then you're left with 28. Alright, doing my type of question.
After sharing with Lot, wait, hold on.
Why did you do lowercase?
After giving Lot half of his land, he had 50 square feet left. How
Wow.
much land did Abraham receive?
Let me work it out. Let me work out all the problems today.
All right. So Abraham was given some land. After giving Lot half of his land, he had 50 square feet left. How much land did Abraham receive to start?
Abraham was given some land, and you're trying to figure out how much land did you start out with. So, X, because we don't know how much land it was. After giving Lot 1/2 of it, so half was given away. So it will be X. This is what you trying to do, 2-step equation.
That didn't work. All right, I'm gonna do this one. Okay, so y'all remember that problem yesterday? I'm gonna try to fix it in the video. Okay, so remember that problem we messed up on yesterday when we had 2 X's? Well, I messed up because, I messed up because I didn't multiply by 4 on both sides, but we did work it out and write it out correctly. So this is another one like that. All right, so it says Abraham was given some land after giving Lot half. He was given some land. We don't know how much. We know he's left with 50 square feet. All right, so he was given some land, and after giving, so we subtracting Lot half of his land. We know it was half, but we don't know how much. So half times however much he had, that's what was given to Lot, and then he's left with 50. All right, so we can multiply by 2 to get rid of this 2 here. What, by -2 to get rid of this 2. So -2 times x, -2x. -2 times -1/2 x is going to be +x equals 50. All right, so now we combine our like terms. -2x. See how we combine? I'll go back to the beginning and use all of this.
3x.
All right, so that's -2x plus x is going to be -x.
No. 1x. Yeah,
No,
this
that's
is
negative x. Know what I'm doing? I did this wrong. Okay, wait, hold on. See, again, something's happening.
A youth pastor.
Alright, so multiply by,
It takes a positive and a negative to make a negative. So 1 plus
okay, negative 2
negative.
into x plus x.
You didn't do it this side.
Yes, that's what I did last time. See, y'all gotta, thank you, student help. Student let me know that I did not multiply on both sides of the equation. That's why I'm looking confused. Alright.
You mean for real?
No, I really for real, I forgot what was
I just said.
What? What?
Yo, look.
What?
White all around there.
You should have told me. Y'all be letting me walk around with stuff all over my house. Alright, so negative 2x plus x equals negative 100. Because 50 times negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. Negative 2 times x, negative 2 times negative 1 half x is positive x. Alright, so then we combine our like terms and we get negative x equals negative 100. Then we divide by negative 1 and we get x equals 100. So if we plug that in, if he started out and he had 100 square feet of land,
That's not a lot.
and then he gave half of his land to Lot, half of 100 is 50. And so then that would leave him with 50. Alright. So that's how that works.
1/2 times 100.
Alright. Okay.
Sandy was being a big fat slob. I was laying on her side, slobbing. Sandy had some puppies. We were given away because they were half raw water, half table. And the Bowdens were left with 2 Papa quintuplets. Just had 5 puppies. That's just crazy. 5 puppies plus the 2. Now you know that is not about to happen. How many pets, not including
I shouldn't put it, that would be a trick one.
what?
No, I would do it.
How many pets do the no. Now we have
Alright,
How
so
many
it says
pets?
Sandy had some puppies. 3 were given away, and the Bowdens were left with 2 puppies, plus the 2 guinea pigs they had. How many pets do the Bowdens have? Wait, hold Hold on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay.
The
Hold on.
capital B.
No. Hold on. Stop.
They like that.
Okay. Okay, wait.
The Baldens also have two Guyanese, Guinea pigs. They now have a total of 5 pets. They had 6 puppies. How many Sandy's puppies did they keep? Some puppies, that's what Sandy had. Some, we don't know what some is. So X, we were given away, -2. The bones also.
3 were given away, -2. Alright, so he said X equals the amount of puppies that she has. And he subtracted 3 because 3 were given away.
The Bowdens also have 2 guinea pigs. Now have a total. They now have a total of 5 pets. How many Sandy's puppies?
Work backwards.
Alright, work back.
Alright. So what we're looking for is how many puppies did the Bowdens keep. So we know they have a total of 5 pets.
Total of 5 pets.
So what pets are included in that total of 5?
2 guinea pigs.
Okay. 2 guinea pigs, so that's +2.
2 guinea pigs. 3 of Sandy's puppies were given away.
So 2 guinea pigs plus what was left after 3 guinea pigs after 3 puppies were given away. So X minus 3 plus 2.
-3.
And what else?
Plus 2. And a total of 5. Oh no, here we go. Just write this X equals 5. Here. Now let me split this all nice evenly out. Plus 2. They have a total of 5 pets.
That's not right.
No, I was reading. Sandy had some puppies. 3 were given away. Bones also had 2 guinea pigs.
Can anybody see what he's missing? No. Quick guessing. Why would it be 3 times anything? You explain
3
that to me.
times 1.
Why?
It'll be 3 times
Why?
1. 3 times 1
No.
equals 3.
Alright. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to see if somebody else can catch it. And then you'll know within yourself if you caught it or not. 'Cause
2 guinea pigs. They have
well, probably not a minute, probably like 30 more seconds.
5 pets. 5 pets.
That's not wrong, it's just not finished. Alright, so he has x minus 3 plus 2 equals 5, which the x minus 3 represents the 3 puppies that were taken away from her complete litter, which we don't know the number of, plus the 2 guinea pigs they have equals the total number of pets. Alright, let's see what we're missing. So x minus 3, that's the puppies taken away from her complete litter, plus 1 dog, which is Sandy herself. Sandy had puppies. She's a dog, so she's also their pet. Plus the 2 guinea pigs equals 5 pets. Alright, so now we can solve. So we can go ahead and so we can go ahead and combine our like terms. So negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, equals 5. If we subtract 0, x equals 5. So she started out with 5 puppies to start. And so they gave away 3, and so they left them with 2 puppies, plus Sandy, the mom, plus 2 guinea pigs. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 equals 5. Gotcha.
5 minus 3 equals 2.
What? What are you doing? Alright, let's see if we would have did this the long way, if it still would have worked out.
That's a long one.
Plus 3. Minus 1. Minus 2. So it still would have worked out.
Wait, hold up. Why'd you do 11?
Alright, so watch out. So we would have just subtracted all of these. I could have did minus plus 3 plus 3. Then it got me x plus 1 plus 2 equals 8. Then minus 1. That'll left me with x plus 2 equals 7. Then minus 2. X equals 5. But it's easier to combine like terms first. Alright. Yeah, I got you on that one. I got you. Joshua, can you stop? I've said that like I don't know how many times and you just keep doing stuff. Alright, let's see if I can come up with a multiplication. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright. Bart has some comic books. He bought twice as many as half his comic books. He now has 8 comic books. How many did he have to start?
Bart had some comic books. Bart had some. We don't know how much some is. He bought twice as much. He bought as much, twice as many. As
Okay,
half as
take it one part at a time.
he bought
So we know we're adding.
twice as many.
So if
as
it's
half.
twice as many, we know we're multiplying.
I don't know, we multiply. At half by half.
No, he brought twice as many. That's multiplying by
That's half the
2.
comic books.
I said take it one step at a time. You need to write as you're reading. He brought twice as many, so we know we're multiplying by 2 as half of his comic books. We're multiplying by 2. We know that because it's twice as many. Can you use some parentheses or something that look like a fraction?
He now has 8.
All right. So we're gonna walk through this again. Step. Why you? Can you wait? Dang, that's why I don't like you going up there. Okay, so X is Bart had some comic books. The adding the plus sign is he bought twice as many. That's the 2. Twice as many. That's multiplication as half of his comics. So half of his comics is X over 2 because we don't know how many he had to begin with. So that's twice times half of his comics. And he had 8 left, so that's equals 8.
So now you multiply the whole thing.
No.
Divide the whole thing.
No. Like that make a difference.
X bar had to come plus so 2. 2 times x over 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 times x equals 2x. So this is x plus 2x equals 8.
No. How you get 2x over 2 equals 2x? How you just get rid of the denominator and you multiplying?
Alright,
Pay
2x
attention to what you're doing.
2x over 1.
No, if you're multiplying,
Two
right
over
now,
two.
now you write it out since you want to not pay attention and go off fast. You write it out on the side, your multiplication. That 2 times x over 2, write it out. Thank you. Quit just doing stuff and think about what you're doing. How are you getting X? Pay attention to what you're doing.
Cancel out those two. Or cancel out. No. 2 times 2. Cancel out. And 2 times 2x.
Mm-mm. All right. Okay, you're not gonna just keep guessing. You don't understand. You're not gonna just keep fighting until I say yes. Step on the side. All right, so he multiplied by 2, and so we get 2x. We know this and this can cancel out, so that leaves us with 2x. And then 16. Then we combine like terms. 4x equals 16. X equals 4. Really, up here, he could have. If we're multiplying by the same thing we're dividing by, these cancel out. So he could have just rewrote that as x plus x equals 8. Then we combine like terms. That's 2x equals 8. Divide by 2. And x equals 4. So either way. And we can check that. Let's say he started out with 4 comic books, because that's what x equals. So we started out with 4. What's half of 4? We say he bought twice as many as half of 4. So half of 4 is 2. Twice as many is 4. And that's what he added to what he already had. So he's left with 8. So that's correct. And we set that up correct. Or if we plug it in how we wrote it, 4 plus 2 times 4 over 2 equals 8. Do our multiplication first. Well, we know 4 over 2 is equal to 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. Ta. Alright, so we see how he multiplied by 2 first, the whole thing. Well, no, he did multiplication first and got 2x over 2. X plus 2x over 2, then multiply by 2. Those canceled out. We got 2x plus 2x equals 16. Combine like terms and divide it. Or he could have canceled those out to begin with. Got x plus x, combine like terms. 2x equals 8 divided by 2, and x still equals 4. I've been trying to do it normal, but they keep coming out.
She's 18%.
I'm trying to close this. All right. No, well, probably a worm or something. What if it's a snake?
What if it's a mole?
She looking hard too. Look.
Probably is a mole.
All that noise.
You know that we're over here? She's been doing that for almost the whole video. Oh.
No, I was over there. She was over there.
She was. It was like after you did that problem with her.
All right.
Since you want to trick me. What's the core line? Yeah, but the train come to Matt. As she won't.
All right. Caroline brought 2 times as many snacks as Bill. She gave 3 to Evelyn. She now has 5 candy snacks.
Why can't it be Coraline or Coraline?
She now has 5 snacks left. How many snacks did Bill have? Easy.
Coraline brought 2 times as many snacks as Dill. She gave 3 to Evelyn. That's fine. How many snacks does Dill have? Fine. Well, we know she was left with 5.
Take it out step by step.
Coraline brought 2 times as much as Dill.
So if it's 2 times as many, if it's times when we're multiplying, she has 2 times as many snacks as Dill, and we're looking for how many snacks Dill has, so that's X. And she gave, subtraction, 3 to Evelyn. She now has 5 snacks left. So that's correct. 2x minus 3 equals 5. So now we can work it out. All right, so they will have 4 snacks. Okay.
Francine had a bag of more. She's still going at it.
Hmm?
I said she's still going at it.
Might be some on the road.
Intervention.
Good job, guys. All right. Come on. What were you hunting? Not the grass. Oh, that clover looks like it's really alive. Oh, that one. All right. So it says Francine had a bag of marbles. She lost half of them on the playground. She then gave 2 of them to George and has 10 left. How many marbles did Francine start with?
Had a bag of marbles.
All right, so X is our bag of marbles, what she started with.
She lost
And she lost some, so we're subtracting.
1/2 of them, but we don't know how many she started out with. She then gave.
Didn't really have to write all that, but okay.
She then gave.
She then gave, so subtraction, 2 of them
Yeah, she has 10 left.
equals 10 because she had 10 left. All right, so now we can solve. Joshua, you have got to pay attention to what you're doing. You just start writing. Look at what you're doing. What's the first step? Thank you. Joshua, you've got to pay attention. Like, for real, you just write. You're not even thinking. Look at what you're doing. Go to the right of that. Don't go to the left. If you write smaller, you could have fit all that right there. All right. All right. So you could have just did. Since we know she lost half of them, that means she's gonna only be left with half. So this is not wrong, but you could have just started off with X over 2 because we know that she's only gonna be left with half. And minus 2 equals 10. And then X over 2 equals 12. You still get X equals 24. All right, next one.
Francine had 20 marbles. She lost some. Then she had 12 left.
Let me see. All right, so 20 represents the number of marbles she had. And we know she lost, so subtracting some, but we don't know how many, so that's X. And then equals 12 because that's how many she was left with.
So now we're going to subtract 20. And then we get negative x equals negative 8. Then okay.
Good job.
Good job, she said. She's being weird. Why do dogs do that?
So 115.
Oh yeah, I know why dogs eat grass now.
Wow.
It's two reasons. It's to help digest their food or to clear worms or their body or from their body.
You should not know why.
Kind of like how birds swallow little pebbles or dirt to help digest their food.
Only chickens do that. Well, I know chickens do that. They eat rocks, little small rocks. Or they swallow them and they don't eat them.
And they store them in their gizzard.
Alright. We'll be ready for quiz. Are you ready? Do you think you're ready? Do you think you're ready?
Sure.
No. All right. All right.
I'll give you the name.
Layer. Word.
Kelly needed What's the matter if it's on a flower?
Just when you think, pay attention.
If he already has one flower, she needs 6 flowers. I mean 5 more flowers. How many more?
Alright.
30 more petals.
Alright, so it says there were 6 petals on a flower. Kelly, can you step to the side while I'm reading? You keep doing that every time. And wait till I'm done reading it. Gosh, I think you'll catch on by now. There were 6 petals on the flower. Kelly needed a total of 36 petals. If she already has 1 flower, how many more petals does she need?
She has 6 petals on a flower. She needed a total of 36 petals. If she already has 1 flower, how many more does she need?
write out the damn equation. The answer is not really the important part. The answer is you need to know how to read the problem to set up the equation.
Alright. She already has 6, but she needs 36. And she already
Where are you pulling your plus from?
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
X minus 6.
I should have did how many flowers does she need. That's what I wanted to do.
I thought that you were going to do that.
Alright. So that's correct. So it says how many, there are 6 petals on each flower. Kelly needed 36 petals. She already has 1 flower, and we know that 1 flower has 6 petals on it, so that's where 6 came from. Plus, how many more does she need? We don't know. Equals 30. Alright, I'm gonna change it to how many. Where's this? Change the stuff. Alright, so now we change this to, there were 6 petals on the flower. Kelly needed a total of 36 petals. If she already has 1 flower, how many more flowers does she need?
There are 6 petals.
Hmm.
She needs 36 petals. And she already had 4 flowers. How many more flowers does she need? So 6 petals. Total of 30. Gonna use 36 petals. And there's, so if there's 6 petals on 1 flower, she's trying to get to 36. And there'll be 6 petals. This she only has 1 flower, so she's gonna get 5 more. So she already has 1. She needs, trying to figure how many more flowers does she need?
That's wrong. Try again. I'm trying to determine how many. She needs 36 petals. So how many more flowers does she need if she already has 1 petal? You need to focus on the end of it. She needs 36 petals.
6 equals 1 flower. So 6 and 6 and 6. So 36 equals 6.
And no, he just made up stuff.
X
No,
plus 1
you
equals
should not
6.
be writing equals 6. And it's not x plus 1 equals 6. Alright, so she needs a total of 36 petals. You need to go write this in your notebook. All the ones where I gotta come up here and do it, because you need to be writing it down so you can go back and look at it. Especially with this week coming up, you don't need to look over that because you're not gonna have a week off and then we do 1 day of review or half a class review and then be able to pass the test. And make it quick. You're not gonna sit there and play around with that. Alright, so it says there were 6 petals on the flower. Kelly needed a total of 36 petals. Alright, so we know our total is 36. She already has 1 flower, and we know from the first sentence that 1 flower has 6 petals on it. So she needs 36 petals. We know she already has 6 petals because she has 1 flower. 1 flower. How many more does she need? So if we're adding to the 6 petals she has, we're going to do addition. And so it says how many more flowers does she need? And so we know there are 6 petals on each flower. What we're really looking for is the total number of petals. But I want to know how many more flowers does she need. So 6 times F for flowers, because we know there are 6 petals on each flower. So these 6 petals plus the 6 petals on each of these flowers is going to equal 36 petals. So the 6 petals that she already has, or the 1 flower, plus the 6 petals on each of these flowers equals the total of 36 petals that she needs. Alright, so now we work this out and we subtract 6. That leaves us with 6F equals 30. Then we divide by 6. And so F equals 5. So she needed 5 more flowers, which each had 6 petals on it, which was a total of 30 petals, plus the 6 petals she already had, which gave her the 36 petals that she needed. Now you see, I don't know what you equal 6.
Because I was 36 to get 6, 36, to get 6 flowers. 36 petals equals 6 flowers. So I had 6, and then...
Oh, I see what you were doing now. But no.
It's exactly what you're doing.
But no, that ain't a 2-step equation. I did so right, it's a 2-step equation, not a 1-step equation. Two-step equation. So what Joshua was doing was trying to write it as a 1-step equation. And he was saying, so since 36 petals equals 1 flower, equals 6 flowers, and he was putting his equal as 6 because it's flower. He was doing flowers instead of petals. And he said 1 flower equals the 6 petals that she already had. So he was doing 1 plus X, then X amount. Then he was going to subtract 1 and do X equals 5. But that's not a 2-step equation, so this would be correct and that would be wrong on the test.
I will make it a 1-step.
It's the right answer, but the wrong equation, so that I'm looking for. So it's right, but on this test it will be wrong.
I can make it a 2-step equation. Do X divided by 1 on both sides.
Mhm.
1 divided on over both sides.
Alright, so just pay attention to stuff like that. Alright. Okay. Alright, so he wasn't making up stuff. I thought he was making up stuff, y'all. I don't know why. Equals 6. Alright, one more I think. Then that'll be it for today. Let me see how much time I have. No, it's not gonna take 14 minutes to do one. Or 13 minutes. All right.
Math jacks.
Some more. Okay.
Why'd you have percentage in there?
This is kind of like two answers.
Fellowship 25 chairs for half.
All right, it says that fellowship 25 chairs were put out. Halfway through a certain percentage of the chairs were put away. There are now only 5 chairs out. What percentage of the chairs were put away? Was put away. Got a lot of English teachers. that's not right.
subtract.
Alright, that's still not right. Alright, I'm gonna give you a hint. What do we do when we want to find a percent of something? If I ask you what is 10% of 20, what are you gonna do?
Since 20 is the main number, we'll bring up to 100, and halfway 20 is 10. So it'll be
No. Okay, no, I don't know what you're saying. If I ask you to find the percent of a number, what are you gonna do? If I write out 10% of 20 on the board, how are you gonna work that out?
10% of 20
Mm-hmm.
of 20. It's gonna look like that.
Of 20. 10% of 20. So how would you find that?
10% of 20. I would go ahead and bring this decimal over 2 spots. Make it 0.10. A tenth of 20.
Okay, and what? What do you do to find a percent of a number? Multiply. You multiply 20 by 0.10. Okay, erase that. That's all. If you don't know that, then you wouldn't have been able to write out that problem. Do we have to go back and do that? A whole lesson on that? Because you need to know that. You should know that. We shouldn't have to even be going over that. Joshua, that's irrelevant. You don't need to work that out. You needed to know what do you do to find a percent of a number, because if you don't know that, then you can't write out a problem for this question. Alright. So a fellowship, 25 chairs were put out. And we know we're left with 5. And write this in your notebook. So you know on your break, you need to go back and study percentages again and all that. And do a review on that. Alright, so it says 25 chairs were put out, and halfway through, that's irrelevant, that was just thrown in there. Halfway through the fellowship, a certain percentage of the chairs were put away. So if we're putting them away, we know we're subtracting from what we already had out. And it says a certain percentage, and when we want to find a percentage of a number, we multiply by that number, the percent. So it would be 25 times the percent, but we don't know it, so it's X. I'll use P. Alright, so now we have 25 minus 25P equals 5. So we subtract 25. And we're left with negative 25P equals negative 20. And then we divide by negative 25, which gives us P equals, that reduces to 4/5. So our percentage, if we do 4/5, 5 into 4, 5 goes into 40, 8 times. So it's going to be, we have 0.8, we go over that way to get our percentage, so it's going to be 80%. Or 0.80. So we do that math. If we take 80% of 25, got decimal, we have 2 decimal places, so we put it here, so that's 20. And so 25 minus 20 equals 5. So this is what I'm saying when I said everything you learn in math, you're going to be using it all throughout as you continue on. Nothing just gets put away for the most part. So if you need to go back and practice your percentages and do a review on that, then you need to take time to make sure you do that. Or anything we run into for that matter. If you know you need to go back and review something from earlier lessons from other grades, then do that. And that's for anybody, not just the students sitting right here. Alright, so we're gonna stop right there today. Next video, well, that's gonna be we're gonna have one more review day, I think, and then it'll be a test time. Or maybe you took a test before and I don't have your parent want to do it. So I don't.